Dreams! Not the pictures and experiences you have while sleeping, but the wants and desires to achieve greatness. If you are anything like me, then chances are you have a dream job of being financially stable from your own game projects, but also have a big passion project wanting your attention. Today, we perform a risk-benefit analysis between tackling a single large dream game versus several smaller and focused games. Hello Turtles, I'm Tim Bodette, and in the process of making this video, I am choosing the best path for me and my indie career. This will be aimed at those of you who are trying to earn money from your game development efforts, aka running a business. To be on the same page, any mention of success or failure is strictly defined as earning more money from game sales than the game cost to develop, including the cost of time. I envy hobbyists that likely have different definitions of their own success and how decisions are less hinged on finances. Business. It might be easy to say work on whatever you want to an indie developer since they are capable of choosing what to work on. That is a nice thought, but it doesn't necessarily pay the bills and keep the business running. Approaching projects, on the other hand, strictly for financial reasons at the expense of personal interest is swinging the pendulum in the opposite direction. A balance must coexist, at least for me, between enjoying the projects and finding financial benefits. All of that is to say, keeping my dream job isn't as simple as working on my dream project. Each decision has varying risks, costs, and benefits. The large dream game. The benefits of tackling your dream project, even when large in scope, is that your passion will shine through. You will find it easier to focus on and more rewarding to complete iterations moving toward that vision. While it may or may not help achieve financial success, it is possible the project lives a longer life. Finally, there is more risk with a large project than a smaller one. I've read countless postmortems with significant portion of failures from developers working on their passion projects. This is obviously skewed, as developers in this position tend to work more on their desired projects, but a substantial percentage fail due to blindness. The desire to fulfill the vision can increase risk in many ways, including the cost of development or even alienating the potential audience. Building a project that might be a bad idea financially is a quick way to ensure indie career is short-lived. I think this is ultimately where the fuzzy line between hobby versus business in games is drawn. There is no right or wrong side of the line to be on, but if you are trying to make money from your games, hoping that it could be your job, then make decisions as if you are in business today. Even if you have a job that you rely on for income, you can still make choices that help grow your own business. A hobbyist can tackle any project they wish without any care of potential returns, just that they want to make it and or have fun doing so. Small projects. I've concluded that smaller games, compared to a huge dream project, is less risky for multiple reasons. Each project can be a stepping stone towards a much larger purpose. A tightened scope can reduce the cost and risk, and many games will build an audience over time. Plus, going through the release cycle multiple times gives you more chances to learn from less costly mistakes. It is near impossible to recover from a project that failed financially after 3 or 4 years of development. Let's dig deeper into the benefits of smaller projects. Stepping stones. With the right mindset, approaching multiple smaller projects can allow you to step towards your dream project. These are stepping stones with the idea that you build a feature or technology that will one day be used in your dream project. I want to be specific that smaller does not mean small. Rather, it implies a more focused scope that also happens to be smaller than a multi-year dream project. By following the process in my video generating the best-selling game ideas, you can find the most attractive and feasible concepts to work on. Keep in mind that even your small games must provide value to an audience, typically in the form of amusement, rather than being developed for the sake of creation alone. Without that, the value of the game won't sell very well. Tightly focused scope reduces risk. Completing multiple games in the same time frame as a massive project will require tighter scope and diligently minimizing development effort while maximizing value. This lowers the total development cost of the project by brutally saying no to features and content outside the original scope and focusing on what matters most. This can be hard and perhaps even unintuitive, but brutally saying no may accelerate a better game by not diluting it with non-essential additions. Going through the release cycle multiple times also reduces risks for the developer in several ways, including lowering the cost of failure. If a game flops after 6 months of development cycle, that hurts, but it is possible to get up, brush yourself off, and try again having learned lessons. On the other hand, a 3-year development cycle costs 6 times as much, making it pretty difficult to recover from. Building an audience over time. Releasing multiple products will allow you to build an audience for your games over time. With each new game, perhaps 100 new players buy it and a future game. This is a benefit of committing to a single genre. The audience enjoys your type of games and will return for similar products. Over time, these gamers that return to future products will help the ball start rolling faster, giving you more wish lists and sales for future games through word of mouth and helping the magic algorithms a bit. This is where aiming at multiple games really shines. Bundles and the long tail. Multiple similar games also means new players buying your latest game may go back and buy previous ones as well. This is the long tail strategy where the sales trickle in over many years. Jake Burkett discussed this process in his GDC talk, How to Survive GameDev for 11 Years Without a Hit, linked below. You can promote this long tail effect by discounting games bundled together. Gamers get a deal and you get more sales. This effect can improve sales by giving players different price points to focus on. Like when I released the winter expansion for Eggcelerate, now known as Eggcelerate to the North Pole, I was able to present buyers with an option. Either buy the original game for $11.99 or buy both for a discount like $14.99, which may feel like getting more fun for each dollar. Gaining experience and technology. There are even more advantages to specializing in a genre. Each game you build increases your experiences and knowledges in the field that you can leverage for future projects. For example, while building Eggcelerate, players found unintentional shortcuts. Alternate routes might fit in certain racing games, which becomes a design decision. While preventing unintended shortcuts in Eggcelerate, I gained experience to use in my future games. Also, with each game you build technology, libraries, components, and features that can often be reused. This can speed up the development cycle of future games or increase the value for the same cost. The scope and value for Winter Expansion for Eggcelerate, which should have been a sequel, was larger than the original game because of the reused technology. The collectible snowman feature is another great example that could be reused in future projects. Bonus: better content creation. Finally, and this is more specific to my situation as a content creator, smaller projects will make better content. With smaller projects, there is more visual change happening each day or week. This is especially so compared to my dream project, which is nearly all technical work changing physics but not exaggerated enough to observe. Also, each time I go through the release cycle, I reflect on the process and create videos for you to devour information from. Other thoughts. This is a fairly deep business topic, so thanks for hanging in with me through the end. I've been building my own games full-time for over a year now, but I didn't start that way. Reduce your own risk by remaining employed while finding time to get started. I'm aware this is easier to say than put into practice, but even an hour a day adds up over time. I am releasing my 3rd game soon, and while it may sell better than previous releases, it is likely I will still be supporting myself through savings. The sign points towards financial success and long-term indie career with the growth I've seen, but it will take patience, persistence, and learning. The best way to support me right now is a wish list of my game Eggcelerate to the Tropics. I have a little more than a month before I release the sequel to Eggcelerate, where you can race around with an egg on top of your car. It is extremely challenging to drive fast and keep the egg safe, but you'll be rewarded with better ranks on the leaderboards to brag about to your friends. If you wish to support me for free, you can share this video with others, do the thumbs up or subscribing thing, and or leave a question below. Until later, turtles, have a good one. Check out this video to learn why to use an engine for your games.